What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for pressing play. My name is Justin, and this is Horsepower Obsessed. Today, we're going to be talking about the C8 Corvette Z06 and finally some good news with this car and some Corvette assembly plant news, as well as some options that are now available for the C8 as LPOs. Let's jump right into it. All right, guys, so like I said there in the beginning, we finally got some good news for the C8 Corvette Z06, and that is that the first customer-ordered 2023 Corvette Z06's have been built. Now, one of the very first ones that are going to likely be delivered is to Rick Hendrick. He is the number 001 VIN, and of course, he is going to be getting a 70th anniversary carbon flash black painted edition. It's going to be absolutely gorgeous, I'm sure, but it's absolutely huge news that these cars are finally being built. So again, this information comes to us from our friends over at the CorvetteBlogger.com. They start out the article by saying, with the way that the rollout has gone for the 2023 Corvette Z06, we sure could use some good news from Chevrolet about the production status of the car. Well, here it is. The first customer ordered 2023 Corvette Z06's have been completed. Exclamation point, exclamation point. So it is a big deal, guys, even though I know some of us are upset / frustrated that we can't get our hands on one of these cars. It is awesome to see these things finally hitting the ground. The article goes on to say, coming in at 331 days after last year's reveal in California, the first customer-owned cars have been finished. Chevy even made their self-imposed summer availability deadline, with today being the final day of summer. Wow. So guys, seriously, the last possible second Chevy got these cars out. It's pretty crazy. Article goes on to say that with multiple sources chiming in, we've known since Wednesday that Chevrolet has reached this milestone with America's newest supercar. Now all we need is for the automaker to share the photo of the first Z06 Corvette at the end of the assembly line to make it official, which will probably come within the next couple days if I had to guess. The article goes on to say, our sources also tell us that more Z06s are scheduled to be built next week as well, so stay tuned, and congratulations as the Z06's start of regular production is here. So there you have it, guys. These cars are literally being built as we speak, and some of the lucky few are going to be taking delivery very soon. Now, that's not where the good news ends, though. Let's jump into the next bit of good news. And that is that the embargo on the actual driving impressions is going to be coming to an end very soon. Now, for those of you who don't know, some people have had the honor of driving the Z06 already, and they have been putting out videos on it. Amelia is one of them, and they're just talking about how great the car is, but they can't give specific details on the driving impressions because of the embargo. For those of you who don't know what that means, it's basically an agreement between Amelia, anybody else who has the Z06, and GM, just to make sure that no details come out until GM wants them to be released, which just so happens to be October 3rd. Now, as of October 3rd, like I said, all the embargoes are gone, which means all of the interviews, all of the reviews and driving impressions from everybody who has one of these cars is going to flood onto the internet, and we're going to be getting a lot of information on this car. So there are a couple YouTubers that actually have the car currently. Amelia is one of them, like I said, but some of the higher end review channels such as Matt Farah, Randy Probst, and the guys from Savage Geese are going to be some of the reviews that a lot of us are going to want to take in. And it was actually the guys from Savage Geese that posted on their Instagram a video of the Z06 on a track for a quick second, and it fades away and lets people know that the review is coming on October 3rd. So that is when the embargo lifts, and once that's gone, like I said, guys, it's going to be a flood of information from all of the YouTubers, all of the magazine companies out there that have the car or have done a review on it already, but just couldn't post it until that embargo lifted, and we are not even 3 weeks away from that date. So be prepared, guys. The information is coming, and that's awesome because now we're all going to finally know what it's like to actually drive one of these things. Now, unfortunately, there hasn't been really any change in the availability on these cars, so even if it comes out and the thing is just absolutely fantastic, we still have to wait a little bit. We still have a couple more months before we can finally put in an order at a dealership and actually get an allocation for the car. But this is still exciting news because we are basically going to be driving it by proxy, basically living through some of these people who were lucky enough to get one of these Z06s. It is nice to see that it is ending sooner than I thought it would. I was thinking the embargo was going to run almost up to the end of the year, and if that was the case, that was going to really kind of put a damper on everything, but it's nice to see it's not super long, so we will be getting some information really soon. Now, other than that, guys, we do have a little bit more good information coming from the Corvette assembly plant. Apparently, it is running 2 shifts this Saturday. Now, what that means for you is if you're waiting for a C8 Corvette, you're likely to get it sooner because they're running 2 shifts, making these things even more readily available for the customers. Now, this information comes to us from our friends over at the CorvetteBlogger.com. It starts out by saying some more great news from our friends over at the Vintage and CorvetteForum.com that the Corvette assembly plant will be working 2 shifts this Saturday, and this was confirmed by the plant's communications manager, Rachel Bagshaw. And she says, quote unquote, "We shared with the team today that we are scheduled for 2-shift production operation this Saturday, September 24th. The Corvette assembly plant worked a rare Saturday shift earlier this January in a bid to make up some of the lost days from the December tornado. With the production counts up this week and both shifts reporting on Saturday, it sounds like whatever supply issues were holding them back recently may have been alleviated somewhat." The Corvette assembly plant has been knocking out some 2023 Stingrays this week as we see the production totaled 186 on Monday and 196 on Tuesday. The plant runs 11.6 cars per hour, and over 2 normal shifts, they can complete 184 Corvettes. So these last 2 days of being ahead of that number is a welcome change of pace. The plant should surpass 12,000 on Wednesday or early Thursday. All right, guys, so there you have it. If you're waiting for a C8, like I said, it might be coming sooner than you were thinking. It looks like they're starting to ramp things up and really get these things out the door. Now, we knew it was only a matter of time before we were able to start getting the parts for the cars and really starting to get into high gear with these things, and it's nice to see it finally happening. It looks like things might be getting back to normal, fingers crossed. But anyway, guys, lastly, we're going to talk real quick about Scrape Armor. As you guys know, they were a sponsor for Horsepower Obsessed at Corvettes of Carlisle this year. I was selling their radiator grill guards for the C8 Corvette. I was the only one at Corvettes of Carlisle selling them, and now they are officially an LPO option. So as of September 22nd, today, you can order a new Stingray, and the Scrape Armor grill options will be available as an LPO accessory in the order workbench. Now, what that means is if you place an order for a C8 Corvette, you can check the box to get the Scrape Armor LPO Stingray grill guards, and those will come with the car and be installed by the dealership. Now, these are definitely a welcome change for any Corvette out there because they really help protect those radiators, and they are perfectly form-fitted to the backside of your current radiator grills to make sure that there is no possible damage. They fit perfectly, and they will not allow any kind of disruption to the airflow coming into those radiators. Now, they're also listed in the owner's manual as one of the options and how to clean them and take them out and everything like that. So this is a product that is 100% backed by GM, and it still will be honored under GM's warranty if they were to cause any kind of issue or break or anything like that. So great product, great people. I spent a lot of time with them at Corvettes of Carlisle. I will link that video in the description down below as well to show you the installation process, but they're very thorough in everything they do. I have nothing but great things to say about them, and the product that they sell is fantastic. But anyway, guys, that is going to do it for today's video. Hopefully this information helped you out a little bit. Hopefully it kind of helped you bypass some Z06 news blues, because it is a little bit of good information, even though we are still all kind of waiting for this car to appear in our own driveways. At least now we're going to be able to live vicariously through some of these YouTubers and other magazine reviewers that will have the car. And even if you're not waiting for the Z06, there is some good news for the C8. Like I said, with the assembly plant running 2 shifts, I think we're finally getting back into the swing of things, and that's fantastic as Corvette people. Anyway, guys, if you did like what you saw, please hit that thumbs up button. Let me know you're liking the content so we can keep creating this kind of stuff for you. If you have any questions about the content, shoot them in the comment section below, and I will make sure to get you an answer. And if you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. I'm going to have loads of content like this coming that you are not going to want to miss. And as always, guys, I will catch you in the next upload.